Welcome, NickiFit Friends. I am here to share with you today a quick 10-minute core workout that you can fit into hopefully anytime during the day. Even if you just have 10 minutes to work out in the morning or 10 minutes to get some movement in the morning, this can be a great video to watch to practice. These can be great movements for you to do on your own to begin to strengthen your core from every angle. We'll be working our tummy muscles, the rectus abdominis muscles. We'll be working our obliques, which are super important to our posture, to holding us up nice and strong, as well as supporting our rib cage and our whole torso. So those are the side of our body. We'll also be working to strengthen our butt and support our lower back through strengthening our bottom and our lower back. So I've got 3 moves for you today. We are going to repeat them in 2 rounds of 1 minute each. So again, this is nice and quick. We'll do a quick little warm up just to get our midsection and our hips ready to move with us, and maybe a quick stretch at the end. But again, this whole video, once we get going into it, it's not going to take you any more than 10 minutes to do. So again, great to do on your own or on its own, great to add on to any of our other stackable workouts or any other quick workouts that you just need a little core focused movement involved. So let's go ahead and get set up and get started. We are going to be on the ground for all 3 movements. We're going to be on our hands and knees for 1 movement, and then we'll be laying on our back for the other 2 movements. So go ahead, get a mat out, maybe even a towel or somewhere comfortable to lay on. Get yourself down on the ground, and I'll meet you down there to get our warm up started. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just take a couple seconds to warm things up, both our hips and our belly here, before we dive into our movements for today. We're going to start with some windshield wipers here today. So we're going to go ahead, just take a nice seat here on your mat or wherever you're comfortable. We're just going to reach those hands behind us. Just kind of relax the shoulders back here. We're going to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, as we start to just rock our knees from one side to the other. And let your hips lift here. Just take it nice and gentle, going slowly to each side. Again, we're taking some deeper breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go 2 more times to each side. Those deep breaths actually, especially when we direct them into our belly breaths can actually warm our core up from the inside out. Start getting the blood drawn to the back and the belly throughout that nice deep breath. So that's why taking those deep breaths, especially when we're starting any movement, can be really important, can be really beneficial to what we're getting involved in. We're going to go ahead, stay seated nice and tall here. I'm just going to kind of prop my feet up on my heels. Knees are going to stay bent. We are going to sit up as tall as we can. Going to feel your spine lengthen. We've got our tall posture. We are going to take a deep breath in. Here we go with that deep breath again. Reach those arms up. We're going to exhale, that little rotation to one side, maybe tap the ground or just come on over the best that you can. Breathe it in as we come up. Exhale down. Breathe it in as we come up. We're going 2 more to each side. So just starting to get a little twisting sensation here, some rotation through the spine. Let's go 1 more to each side. And we'll just breathe it up once more to center. Bring those arms down. So that way we just got a little bit of blood flow moving through our midsection now. Low intensity as far as today goes. Actually, you choose your own intensity. You can move as fast as you want to through these exercises, but I always suggest moving more slow and controlled, because not only is that going to work to strengthen kind of the larger muscle groups like the rectus abdominis, but that's also going to strengthen a lot of smaller muscles called our stabilizers, especially throughout our low back and our spine. Those are super important muscles. A lot of times when we feel any kind of pain, or sometimes we feel like a little tweaking going on when we're moving, those stabilizers, and they're a little bit weak. So that's why they can cause some pain, because they're not helping the body, the hips or the back stabilize enough. So again, kind of warming up, just some gentle rotation, some gentle movement. We're going to be, and moving into that slow and controlled way is going to work those stabilizers. A little side note there. Let's go ahead. We're going to get started on our hands and knees first. Coming into that tabletop position here, and we're going to do a bird dog. So we're actually going to hold our bird dog here. We're going to hold 30 seconds on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and get my timer set up here. So we're going to come in, hands nice and wide, fingertips spread apart, even dig those fingertips into the ground. I like toes curled under here. That's going to help the leg that's going to stay on the ground. That's going to help it stay nice and steady and stable. Turn a little bit at an angle here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to lift one arm, then we're going to take the opposite leg. We're going to extend, come long and low. Go ahead and find that position. I'm going to start our timer here. Again, we're going to hold here for 30 seconds. If you feel like you can't make it that long, just hold however long you can, allowing yourself to work up to that 30-second hold. I'm kind of rotating my thumb up to the ceiling so my shoulder opens here. Kind of relax your shoulder. Try not to let the shoulder really reach here up towards the ear. We don't want that. Leg is just nice and long. I've pointed out my toes a little bit here. Again, we're just breathing in and out through this. Come on down whenever you're ready, but we've got 2 and 1 for our first 30 seconds. Bring it down. If that's feeling really easy for you, add on 15, go for 45. If it feels even easy doing that, go for a minute, holding as long as you can. We're going to switch to the other side here. Extending our leg back, opposite leg and arm reach here. Again, we're just breathing through. I've rotated my thumb up to the sky. Shoulder is relaxed away from my ear. We're holding arm and leg up just as high as you can here. Really feeling kind of that stretch, both through the back and the belly here. We've just got a few more seconds left. Let's go for 2 and 1. Bring it down. We're going to take our time. Come on around to your backside. We are going to do a bridge movement here. So we're going to come nice and comfortable onto our back. We're going to be lifting and lowering our bridge for a minute here. So even though we got 30 seconds each side on for our full minute, on that one we got a little break. We're going for a full minute of work. We're going to be lifting just the hips here, getting a nice strong squeeze through your glutes, through your thighs as you lift. Strong squeeze at the top, slowly relaxing and lowering at the bottom. Head and shoulders comfortable and supported here. I'm going to go ahead, feet nice and flat to the ground. You can go ahead, adjust your feet where necessary, where it feels most comfortable. We just want our feet nice and flat to the ground. We're going to use the whole foot to push up. Again, giving it that squeeze to the top and relax down. Come on in. Let's get that minute of movement started. Just again, we want it slow and controlled here. Always options. If it feels easy for you just to be doing our lift and lower with that squeeze, you can always add a long resistance band or any kind of resistance band right over your hips here, giving yourself resistance to lift against. You could always grab a couple of dumbbells, holding them right into your hips here. Again, lifting hips against that resistance. Those are options I like to do whenever I want to go ahead and make this more of a really heavy strength day, maybe only doing 10 repetitions, grabbing some heavy dumbbells, holding them right at my hips. That is something I often do, but this is a great place to start right here. We've just got about 10 seconds left. And hopefully breathing through, just that nice controlled lift and lower here. Just kind of bring those hips down. We're going to go one more. As you bring it down, go ahead, just let the whole body relax down. Don't force anything to happen throughout the back. Let there be. There should be a nice little natural curve right underneath that low back. Give it a couple of breaths here. You got it. We are staying on our back for our next movement here. This time we're going to bring our legs up in the air. We're going to bring our knees together and our feet together. We're going to keep our knees at a 90-degree angle or just about that, right over our hips. Arms are going to come out a little bit wider to our side. You want to make sure you have a little bit of room on each side here. So we're going to start nice and gentle throughout this one. So again, really pay attention. We're going to be doing some rotating. We're doing some windshield wipers with our legs here, and we're adding an extension on. I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. Arms are wide, shoulders relaxed. We want our shoulders anchoring us down onto the ground. So again, we might just start to twist, bringing knees over just about halfway down to one side. And then we're going to go ahead, straighten out the legs. You'll feel that add a little extra tension to the abdominals right in the front of the tummy. We're going to get in, bring those knees in, take it to the other side, press out. Bring those knees only as low to the side as you're comfortable doing. Come on in, jump on in here to our minute of movement. So we're working our obliques here. Yes, we get into those rectus abdominis and we get a little bit deeper into those transverse. Again, that transverse abdominals really stabilizing our entire core, our trunk, our torso. So this is a good one. Again, we're just taking it nice and slow and controlled. Breathing through, listening to your back. If that leg extension maybe feels too much for your back, try just the windshield wiper here. Just again, nice and slow and controlled, just rocking your body side to side. Give that a try. See how that helps to start to develop the strength within your core. We've only got about 10 seconds left here. First round almost done. We're going 5 seconds. Breathe through. Let's finish up one more side here. Wherever you're at, extend those legs. We're going to come back to center. Let those legs drop. Take a little breath. Maybe even hug the knees in. Take your time. Bring yourself up and around. We're going back into tabletop position. Second round of bird dogs here. 30 seconds each side. Or again, if you want to go ahead and add on a little bit more, I want you to do what feels right at that edge of a challenge. Doable, but challenging for you. I'm actually going to completely reset my stopwatch here. So we're in our strong tabletop, toes under, fingers wide. I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's go ahead, one arm lifts and then the opposite leg lifts. We rotate our thumb to the sky. That helps open up the shoulder, relax that shoulder. And then I'm going to let you just breathe through it here. Nice and long. We're halfway through that 30-second hold. Breathing through, last 5 seconds. I got you here on time for 2 and 1. Bring it down, slowly transition to the other side. Bring that arm up, opposite hand. Here we are, second round of 30 seconds, just on that opposite side. Shoulder relaxed. Keep your eyes just to the ground, neck relaxed. What's nice about these quick little workouts is that you actually do feel these within 2 rounds of these, maybe even 1 round you feel these. Again, so you're getting an effective, efficient workout, less than 10 minutes, but you can always add more. If you want a little bit more and you have a little more time, you can add another round in for sure. Let's go ahead, bring it down. Maybe just take a deep breath here with all fours on the ground. Slowly bring yourself around. Let's get set up for those bridges. Maybe you even just pull out a couple of these that are your favorite movements. Even, again, short on time, doing a little bit of movement every day, even 5 minutes. So 1 round or just a couple of these. I encourage you just to keep moving, whatever that looks like for you every day. All right, let's go ahead right here. We're going to move that slow and controlled bridge. Squeeze to the top. Come on down, nice and controlled. Hips tap. Press up again. Squeeze. Even using your thighs to squeeze here. The stronger we get that engagement through our thighs, even our butt, the stronger we're making our back. Stronger we're being able to support our low back. Bridges are a great strengthening exercise for our core, especially if you do experience any kind of low back pain, just in general, or even through movement. A bridge can be a great way to warm up your back, even before going into deeper weighted movement, if you're going into any squats or lunges. We've just got a few more seconds here. Let's go for the last 5, 2, and 1. Maybe finish out 1 more right here. Bring it down. Again, relax for just a second. Let the back just kind of come into its natural state. This actually feels good after it too, to kind of bring the knees up. That does help kind of lengthen out the spine of the low back. So this can even be a nice rested position, or legs up on a chair or a couch here. Knees and feet together. We're going to go into that final minute, our windshield wiper here, rocking it just the best that you can to one side. Extend if that's what you're doing here with me. You can modify it as much as you need to. Maybe it's just a little short extend, just starting to feel it out. And that's always a good way to start. Just feel it out. What takes you right to that edge of being a challenge, but yet you can do it. Breathing through to each side. We don't want to hold that breath. Breath is what's going to help us keep moving. It's what's going to help keep that blood flow moving to the muscles, making us stronger. Ooh, I definitely feel a little shake right here with that extension. We've got 15 seconds to go. You are almost done with your 10-minute workout of the day. If this works for you, I'd love to hear some feedback. If you like these short workouts, if you want more of them, drop some comments. I would love to hear some feedback of what we're doing here, especially with these short stackable workouts. Bring those knees back to center as you're ready. Maybe give them a quick little hug in here. Go ahead, drop those hips, arms open wide. Let's just take a little cool down twist here. So both knees over to one side. This can be a nice way again to just kind of relax the belly, kind of open up through the hip and even that spine and that rotation. We could flip palms up here, arms open like a capital letter T. We can just kind of keep our feet down to the ground, walk those knees up and over to the other side. Take a couple breaths here. Awesome job getting your movement in for today. Keep practicing these movements. The more you'll be able to add on, the more you'll feel confident and strong in what your body is capable of every day. The key is consistent movement. A little bit every day will get you to where you want to be, and it'll help your body feel better. It'll help prevent injury. It'll help reduce any of those general aches and pains that you feel. Gentle movement, most days that you can consistently, will get you there. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Coach Nicole with NickiFit A to Z.